Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to another stream by Cat Voodoo. Come on in, guys. The keep is open. Come towards the inn, sit down by the warm fire, and let's begin a new story. And this is Pathfinder Kingmaker. This is the first game. I was talking about the RPG I wanted to stream. This is the first game made by Owlcat Games, and I wanted to stream it in anticipation for their newest game, Warhammer Dark Heresy, I think. I'm not very familiar with the Warhammer games, but I'm looking forward to that. But this is their first game, and a funny story actually, if you look at the credits right here, and you look at, enter here the name, and you said Lord Voodoo, I think it was? No, Count Voodoo? Something with voodoo, I guess. There we go, Lord Voodoo. When they started out, wanted to make a game. First time back in, I think, 2019, 18. This is my first game that I supported. There it is, for all of eternity, Lord Voodoo. That was the name I went with. So yeah. So I have seen this game grow from being like a beta, Act 1, to a great game. It's a very, very long game. So this is gonna be a streaming game we stream alongside different games, and I would project that we're done with it in about 4 or 5 months, so it doesn't grow stale in the channel, and we only stream this. So I was thinking I could stream it besides other games, but it has a special place in my heart because it's the first RPG I ever played, real like RPG, and I never played pen and paper, but people say this comes close to it, and it's in vein of the old RPG games we played, like Baldur's Gate, like Neverwinter Nights 2. But back then I didn't know so much about RPGs, but something caught me here, and I just loved the story. It's a very, very long game, so to complete it, it takes about 110 hours, 90 hours, like that. So get strapped for a long, long adventure, and it's the thing with this game is there's gonna be a lot of reading. I haven't done that in the channel, so I wanted to challenge myself a bit. A lot of reading, because there's almost no voice acting. It was their first game. It was financed via Kickstarter. Some of it, of course, was financed via Kickstarter. Their other games are more polished, and I played Wrath of the Righteous, their second game. I was debating between choosing this or Wrath of the Righteous, but this is the better story, and I still hold that opinion today. This is my personal. You could, of course, disagree or look at it from a different angle. More power to you, friend, wherever you are in the world. But I feel like this is the better story, and there is something about it that is just... Now we get to something that's very subjective. Like, I feel this is more grounded. It started out with you're a mercenary that's signing up for an expedition into an area called the Stolen Lands, and that is the premise of the start of the story, and it just gets deeper from there. So the first thing we're gonna do, but yeah, another thing, this one is a bit modded for me. I added some extra classes and races from mods, so it just fills out because it follows Pathfinder role-playing system, which is a derivative which is derived from, oh man, I can't speak today, which is derived from Dungeons Dragons, as I understand it, the rule set called 3.5 edition. And this is in the similar vein, but in a new world and polished. And there's a lot of rules. This is a very rules-heavy game. Like, we have a lot of rules when we stream, for example, Stalker, stream Stalker Gamma, but they're inherent. Like, if I go into this anomaly, I'm gonna explode. Boom, really boom. There's nothing like that. If I walk in this area, I get irritated, so I have to have a better suit on me and a gas mask or something like that, and a better artifact. But here, this is a very heavy rules game, like nothing else. But I would go as far to say as I'm not a veteran or anything. I've never in my life played a pen and paper. Circle of my friends stuff with different interests, so it has never been in the works for me. Maybe in the future I would really like to try that, but yeah, now I'm rambling. But yeah, I love you guys, and let's press the new game, and thank you for watching. And we're gonna go and say the main story. Explore the Stolen Lands, a wild territory that has been contested for centuries. Hundreds of kingdoms have risen and fallen in these lands, and now it's time for you to make your mark. By building your own kingdom, to succeed in this, you'll need to survive the harsh wilderness and the menace of rival nations, as well as perils from within your own court. This is a very beautiful picture. So now select the difficulty. In Wrath of the Righteous, I could press an option that calls core difficulty. That's just like the normal difficulty of the pen and paper rules. But I have a way of modeling that here. So critical hits, we're gonna go and say normal. Death's Door, no. Dead companions don't rise after combat. Remove negative effects on rest. Yeah, no. Auto level up is off. Enemy stat adjustment, we're gonna go with normal enemies. Damage to the party is normal. Enemy difficulty is normal. And the party's piece depends on the weight they're carrying. Yeah, enable character retrain, we're gonna do that. Kingdoms management, we're gonna go with effortless, because it can be really tricky. And this is their first game, so there's still bugs. If after all these years of ironing out, it's still bugs. But they do not support this game anymore because there's something about the publisher of their first game. They're not working with them anymore, so that's why it's a bit forgotten. But I still hold to this day, right? Even after Wrath of the Righteous and even after Inquisitor. Yeah, it's called Inquisitor, right? Yeah. They're great games, but there's something about that. And we're gonna show a tutorial for the stream here. Only active companions receive experience. That's gonna be a no. Only skill users receive skill check experience. No, just to balance it. Normally it should be yes here, but let's just balance it. But here is the core rules. And we're gonna go ahead and press next and create a new character. And we're gonna go ahead and prepare the portrait. This guy. This is a portrait I imported like this, you could see. Oh, just give me a second, guys, while I fix this. I'm still a bit new to streaming a bit. Where is it here? I just want a bit of an echo with the sound. So maybe something you won't feel, but it helps me with the sound adjustment. We'll go like here, and we're just gonna say equalizer and the side tone. Much better. Now there's a bit of side tone to it, so I can determine. But yeah, I chose this portrait. I scoured the internet for hours of finding this and resizing it to be the right format. There's a great website that could do that for you. And I chose this character because I wanted to play. And as you can see, these, right, the Dampier, for example, is a half-living children of vampires birthed by human females. These are in Wrath of the Righteous, but they're not here originally. They're added via mod. And you can, like, the drow are also added. So I wanted to go with the drow. I think I wanted to go with the drow. And I like this hairstyle. And you can see the options are not many here, but it's okay. I wanted the skin tone to be that exactly. It looks a lot like our character. The red eyes is hard to get, but that's okay. And there's body type 1, body type 2, and body type 3, but we're just gonna go with the normal one. And you can even choose if you want to be left-handed or right-handed, and that's just lovely. We're gonna go with it. That was a funny story, right? in the beta, some years back when this was coming out, and as testers we got access to it. There was a lot of bugs tied to this. That was like a bit of like mind-boggling for them, but there's a lot of bugs in this game. A lot. Let's see the rest of the skin tones. I like them. I mean, we could go with an elf, you know. They get keen senses, +2 on perception checks, elven magic, elven immunities, and elven weapon familiarity. Elven are proficient with longbows, including composite longbows, longswords, rapiers, and shortbows. So this is the elf ancestry. The long-lived elves are children of the natural world, summoned in many superficial ways to fey creatures, yet different as well. Elves value their privacy and traditions, and while they are often slow to make friends at both personal and national levels, once an outsider is accepted as comrade, alliances can last for generations. So yeah, Anna, I love the elves because I grew up reading Lord of the Rings. It was actually one of my first big books in English when I was learning English, and I was so proud when I overcome that book, or the 3 books. And I also read The Hobbit in that vein, and I just fell in love with elves and halflings. Now halflings, I really wanted to play halfling, you know, I have something with halflings. Love halflings to death, like a halfling paladin or cleric of Sarenrae or something like that, but they are so small. The frame is so small in the game. It doesn't irk me a bit, but like if you see the mouse cursor, I would have loved if the halfling was just a bit taller, just a bit more like he looks like a miniature. Gnomes too. So even the gnomes is a bit higher. You see, it's so small. It's crazy. So you see, elves are very tall, humans are normal. I wanted the halfling to be like here, but he's here, like he goes almost to the knees, and that's yeah. We also have tiefling. That's a nice ancestry too. The horns and stuff. Could have made a tiefling paladin. Hospitaller. Love the hospitaller class. A hobgoblin. Duergar. Duergar is a dark dwarf. But yeah, maybe we should just go like an elf. Ancestral grudge. The enemy there. Yeah. Keen senses. Fairy fire, spell-like ability. Blur. And they have a spell resistance. Cruel and cunning, draw our dark reflection of the elven race. So if you noticed, like if you followed my stream this past 6 months since I started streaming, 5.5 I guess. While they're not born evil, malignancy is deep-rooted in their culture and society, and non-conform rarely survive for long. Some study given the right circumstance, a particularly hateful elf might turn into a drow. Though such transformation would require a truly heinous individual. So, how do I say this? I like to sometimes to play like races that are not considered to be pure or good overall. Of course, they all have free will, but and then just shape it differently. So that doesn't go for the elf almost, or the halfling. But for example, a tiefling paladin and Asimar is also strong. But these are more, or like for example a Dampier monster hunter or a Dampier cleric or nurturers. You know, classes with like nurturing, more healing than fighting. But I'm gonna play a drow this tag, I think. Yeah. And they get, wait, elves, do they get, yeah, they get +2 to dexterity on the drow, I guess, too. So we're gonna go with the drow, I think. Or let's make him different. Phase 1 is fine. Because he's not evil. I like the hairstyle, and all white is perfect. He looks a lot like our character here. Then I'm gonna Press next. And we're thinking a lot because you have a lot of animal. Alchemist, Anti-Paladin, Arcanist, Barbarian, Bard, Blood Rager, Brawler, Cleric, Dragon, Druid. Some of these are added with the mod. Paladin, Psychic, Ranger, Rogue, Shaman, Skald, Slayer, Sorcerer, blah, 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 War Priest, Witch, Wizard. A lot of these are in Wrath of the Righteous, but they're not here. But they were added later by a mod. But for our purposes, I wanted to play a Magus. Magi spend much of their time traveling the world, learning whatever martial or arcane secrets they can find. They might spend months learning a new sword fighting style from a master warrior, while simultaneously moonlighting in the local library, poring through tomes of ancient lore. Most who take this path dabble on all sorts of lore, picking up anything that might aid them in their search for perfection. A Magus is a blend between a wizard, a spellcaster, and a sword master. So they blend magic and sword dancing into a seamless whole. Very, very special class, very special driven, insular, or like individuals that can be a Magus. Like, for example, I see our Drow has escaped the cruelty of his people and traveling the lands, lending his sword arm and innate magic powers to a worthy cause he deems worthy. And you could choose this. Black and blood red is very nice. I feel like, yeah, there's a nice contrast to him, like that. This is without arm, of course. So Magus, and then when you choose your class, there's a lot of different subclasses. Like, you could go with Eldritch Scion. They are, unlike typical magi, Eldritch Scions do not study terms of magic or spend time learning to combine martial and magical skills. Rather, Eldritch Scions find their spells and abilities come to them instinctively. This is a sorcerer, blade sorcerer. Like, sorcerers, they learn their magic through their blood. They don't have to study it as much as learn to control it and channel it another way. So they can, for example, they learn fewer spells that way, but they can't cast them more often. But we are going with a pure Magus. For these, Charisma is their main stat, and this is Intelligence, but we're going with a pure Magus. Next. We're gonna go with Surface Infiltrator. But wait, I didn't notice. Wait a minute. Do they remove keen senses? Oh. That's fine. I'm more of a role player than anything else when I choose these games. Not a min-max, I've never been. So, intelligence is our main stat, right? We want that. We want 12 here at least. Dexterity, I wanted 16. Strength, high. Maybe 14 in Constitution, 17 in Intelligence. Maybe if we go 13, 17, 18. We can re-roll afterwards. There's something about the you know what? Yeah, I like this is better, I think. We could also just choose to go 15 here and 18 here. It gives us 3 points. Intelligence gives us more skills to play with. Charisma 12. So that's gonna give us 5 in Persuasion, and use magic device is very important for us. And we're gonna go with Arcana. That was that. Or maybe Athletics, and then switch between them. I'm a bit surprised it only gives 3 points since I'm 18. What if we go like this and go Intelligence? Oh, look, 1 point. Okay, I see. So it's costly to go up to 3. So what? Oh yeah, I can't do more than 18 in character creation, I remember. Well, if we go like this, that's nice. We're gonna go 14 here. -1 wisdom. And put it somewhere. No. Okay. You're fapping about right now. Let's go with this. And go up 17 here. That cost a lot though, from 16 to 17. That's the problem. And still, I need 3 points. Oh man. I don't like negative, so I like balanced characters. But this is actually fine, you know? This is fine. So we're gonna go with athletics, knowledge, arcana knowledge, and persuasion for now. Constitution is fine as 14. That gives me 11 hit points. At Constitution 10 without negative checks, because they have -2 to Constitution. And they have a +2 to Charisma, which is nice. That becomes a +6 if it's 14, but that's fine. Hit points is 9, right? I need some Charisma because of like social skills. But I really need some Constitution because I'm a frontline fighter, and 11 is nice, but we're gonna take Toughness as a feed, I think. I'm not sure. See, that's wastes a point, and I like to have +2 to my armor class, because the Magus has an evolvement. We can see it in the abilities after, but it has something to do with AC, which is armor class, and it has something to do with the dexterity bonus, because he starts out only wearing light armor, and that's a bit more squishy as a frontline fighter, and then later he evolves to medium, and then later he evolves to heavy armor, and that dexterity becomes redundant. And that's the thing. That's why I wanted 16 to hit melee attack rolls, but that's fine. We could always go like that. This is better. 17. Oh, but I really wanted the 18 here. Oh, we stuck. I wanted the 18 from the start, you know. You know what? Let's go like this. This is fine. Okay, what? A Magus is proficient with all simple and martial weapons with light armor. See, this is level 1, 2, all the way to 20, and these are the abilities I can get. As you can see, at a 7th level already, we can wear medium armor, and at 13th level, arcane heavy. A Magus gains proficiency with heavy armor. A spell combat, arcane pool, spell strike. We first get at level 2. That's nice. That means delivering a spell through the tip of your blade or through your blade, and I love that. See, these we have, right? Toughness is good to have, right? But we have prodigious 2-weapon fighting. This is a feat added. It's a real feat, but added through the mod. And if you want, you may fight with one-handed weapons in your offhand. As where light weapon addition, you may use your strength score instead of your dexterity score for the purpose of qualifying for 2-weapon fighting. But we're not gonna dual wield, because the other hand is free to cast magic. Intimidate, improved initiative, extra arcane pool, endurance, deft hands, coordinated combat reflexes. This is redundant to take. This is 2. And this is some range stuff. We could always take a what is it called? I forget. You can't at first level. Power attack. Power attack is not gonna serve us well right now, because it's gonna make us lose But you know what, guys? Weapon proficiency. Where is they? Why? Wait, why are they? That's weird, man. You could take weapon training with a not a martial but a special weapon. I don't see it here. Or am I blind? Huh, maybe not at level 1. But we're gonna take toughness, of course. It's gonna give us plus 3 HP every level. Ooh, that's a lot of spells to choose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6. So we see if we have 18 intelligence. What's that gonna look like? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's why I wanted to start with 7. But that's fine. That's the next one we're gonna get, and then strength after, and then it's strength rest of the way. Really, you only need 16 here, right? To be fair, you only need 16 because he only goes up to level. But I wanted the extra skill points and all that stuff. But that's fine, 6. But yeah, I don't understand why I couldn't choose. Maybe it's me that's not. Weapon finesse is no go arcane armor training. It's called, what is a signature? Nothing. What? Blind fight is also nice to have. It lets you fight blinded better. But toughness it is. And let's see, something that keeps magic missiles is shield, for example. Shield creates an invisible shield of force that hovers in front of you. We can take that. We can take warding weapon. Nah. And we could go with magic missile for some range. It shoots magic missiles as an enemy. Shocking grasp. Your successful melee touch attack deals electricity damage, and this is very nice with a weapon at level 2, so you deal double damage. Snowball. You conjure a ball of packed ice and snow that you can throw at a single target at a ranged touch attack of cold damage. That is nice to have. Magic weapon. +1. So this is like, it's it's rather weak. Frostbite. Your melee touch deals point of +point and it is fatigue. Ah, we can go with this one. Enlarge person. Color spray. Ah, yeah. Come stunned, perhaps. This is nice. Let's go like that. As you can also see, he's a bit frosty, this guy. And let's choose the month. I was thinking of Lemshan. Rover. Erastus. Thinking of the 6th of Erastus.
Their life ends here. All I see is black. I shall not falter. This is my path. A solid plan. Everyone counts on the enemy near. Time's not waiting. Calm down. Not dead. Someone else would make better use of this.
That's more like an elf voice, I guess. And we're gonna go with neutral. I'm not sure if I'm just gonna go with lawful neutral or like true neutral. You know, he's still been fighting, see the evolution. But I'm gonna go with, I think neutral good. Yeah, just a neutral. I'm trying to be good. Now, he is an elf, right? What are we gonna call this guy? Not Cat Voodoo, of course. I think I'm gonna call him Stallion. His family name, I think it's gonna be Tyrnfalla. And we're gonna give him a nickname called Silverheart. Oh, that's too much. Italian Tyrnfalla. There we go.
We will be victorious.
We have Athletics, Persuasion. We have Knowledge, Arcana for now. +2 and Persuasion, +2 to use Magic Device, +2 to Trickery. No exalted weapons. No, not exalted. What is called? Toughness, martial weapon proficiency. And there we go. This is our character, and we are ready. Looks good. Magus, or mages, or how you prefer to say it. I may interchange it a bit, because that's how my mind works.
Started at the mansion of an Aldori sword lord, drawn by the promise of a most dangerous task and a commensurately huge reward. Heroes of all stripes gather here.
The road to glory. That's our first.
Where are they? This is taking forever. Didn't even say what this was for. You said the Aldori were looking for heroes. Who are the Aldori anyway? Rich folk?
If you can't be patient, no one's keeping you here. Just go back to your mountains or whatever hole you crawled out of. The Aldori sword lords run the premier school for the dueling arts. They're also the richest and most influential group in this part of Brevoy. Take that tone with them, and they'll teach you some manners pretty quickly.
So these greens, you can hover over them, and this is such a great option for those like me that didn't know what was Lotun, what are they talking about, because I was new to the world of Golarion, Pathfinder's word. And you could read that the Aldori sword laws arose when the Baron Syrian Aldori agreed to train a select group of people in his dueling techniques. And this area is Rostland. It's a area in the Inner Sea region, and we can talk about that in a different. Brevoy is a young nation, having only existed about 200 years ago, I think. 4499 Aridon's Reckoning, I think it's called, of a dead god that died 4,000 years ago. Oh, 400 years? Not sure. I think it's existed in 400 years. We'll have to check.
Purple toad, just shut your trap. And if you can't, I'll help you.
Hush! Quiet! They're coming.
Greetings, everyone. I am Sword Lord Jamandi Aldori, and this is Lord Mayor Yosef Salimius of Rostov. Welcome to my mansion.
We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for responding to our call. You may be few, but that's unavoidable. We need only the best of the best for this task. And I see true heroes before me, strong and fierce, exactly what Rostov needs.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. Now, to the point. South of here, just beyond Brevoy's border, lies a region known as the Stolen Lands. This is disputed territory, and while it's long been claimed by nearby states, it's never been truly taken. I won't bore you with the legal technicalities. Suffice to say that anyone with enough courage and power to seize the Stolen Lands and name themselves Baron or Baroness, claiming dominion, well, none of the neighboring states would be able to challenge it. Of course, Rostov would be first to recognize the legitimacy of this new state, as well as the noble title of its founder.
So this is the premise of the game at the start. You are an adventurer, I have signed myself on as a caravan guard to further my studies, to finance my studies in the magical arts and just wandering the world. That is the background of our character. We can reveal a bit later. I have everything in my head, something pinned down, but as a role-playing character, is a wandering mercenary. The Stolen Lands, as she said, are a most wholly unsettled region in the northeastern section of the River Kingdoms, bordering the nation of Brevoy and serving as a buffer between Brevoy and the River Kingdoms. Traditionally the haunt of bandits and monstrous humanoids, the Stolen Lands are regarded as stolen by all nations along their border, even though none have ever been able to keep these realms under their control for long. And yeah, this area called the Stolen Lands. It's a mysterious landmass area. There's a haunt, like a lawless wilderness of monsters and bandits. And the River Kingdoms are like small city-states, like Brevoy is, and they try and get the sometimes Stolen Lands, but they can never keep it. And there's reasons for all of that.
Unfortunately, one serious obstacle stands between you and this title. A gang of bandits hold sway in the Stolen Lands. Their chief, who they call the Stag Lord, considers himself the rightful owner of these lands, and no one has yet been able to challenge his power. Bring me his head, and you'll be able to return to the Stolen Lands as their legal ruler. Any questions?
And this is like the task, the quest we're on is to like bring her the head of the bandit leader called the Stag Lord, and that will grant us the title of Baron in these lands. And that is the premise of the story, actually, the start of the story. It's very simple, but it gets very deep. There's a whole team of us. Who exactly will receive the Baron's title, I would have asked.
I will, of course. I'm the leader of this team, after all. Don't worry, though. I'll make it worth your while to help.
Oh, tattoo show.
Done, and you already speak of divvying rewards. What makes you think we'll even succeed? There's little point arguing over who gains the title when we'll most likely lose our lives there.
If I may please answer the question.
She takes a long pause, waiting for the voices to die down, and everyone directs their attention toward her.
I believe you're all equally deserving of a noble title. Over the course of your expedition, it will be up to you as a team to decide which of you is best suited to rule.
And I'm gonna just keep quiet and say it's clear as day. Let's see where it goes.
Excellent. You venture forth tomorrow. For now, you can take some time to get to know one another better. Or you can head straight to your guest rooms to get some rest. You'll find we've already prepared supplies for you there. And thank you again for agreeing to take part in this expedition. I wish you luck.
Thank you again, with all my heart, for replying to this call. The flare in your eyes reveals your courage, the unshakable will that distinguishes true heroes. I look at you, O champions of Restov, and doubt not for a second that you'll be victorious. So venture forth toward your feet, go, and return in triumph.
Hi, my name's Lindsay. I'm a bard, though this is my first real adventure. So, shall we go teach this Stag Lord a lesson?
I'm gonna say See, he's a veteran of battles. And she's like, it's her first adventure, so it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna teach this bandit a lesson. And I'm humbled because I know what cost it brings, both physically and spiritually. So I'm just gonna say, I'm Italian. Pleased to meet you.
Likewise. Actually, I also wanted to ask you something.
Okay.
How do you feel about this Tartuccio fellow? I think he's pretty obnoxious personally. He appointed himself head of the team, and he's just after the Baron's crown, or whatever it is Barons wear. Doesn't matter. I don't like him. I think you should be team leader. When I first saw you, I couldn't help but think, now here's a real hero. Someone who'll be praised in poems and songs. This is the person I'll write my book about.
I'm no hero, just a mercenary.
What are you a mercenary for? Is it only riches? Or maybe you want glory, too? Don't you want your feats to be remembered and glorified for centuries? Just listen. You know what the trouble with most heroes' biographies is? They're always written years later, based on the tales of, best case, people who saw things from the outside. Worst case, someone heard about it their brother, who heard it from their friend, who heard it from their cousin, and so on, adding a new batch of lies each time. Every time I read about a heroic journey, I think to myself, why didn't they just bring a bard with them to write it all down properly?
Self-insert.
And then I thought, I could be that bard. I just needed to find a suitable hero and volunteer to follow along on their glorious adventure. A great plan, huh? And here we are, with a heroic journey lying before us. Who's going to be the hero? Some dwarf who keeps muttering about how he will die? Or maybe that horrific psych lady? Or God forbid, Tartuccio? No way.
What about that barbarian? She looks pretty heroic.
Oh yeah, she's fantastic. You could tell she could tear a bear's head off with her bare hands, but she kind of scares me just a little. But I mean, her sword's twice as big as I am. She could cut me down without even noticing. Just think on it a bit, all right? I'm sure you'll agree. All right, I'm going to my room to write about tonight. See you in the morning.
So this is Lindsay the bard, right? And she is the one that writes the story. Your quest log is the one, and this is such a nice addition to the game, is that she's the one that writes our quest log in a way that it's written by her the way you read it. My quill takes its first sip from the ink pot and scripts, or rather scribbles, the first lines of the book about the travels, adventures, and victories that lie ahead. That the book that will extol both its hero and me, the author Lindsay. The note to self when I come up with a fancy nickname, add it here. So this is so nice. I'm writing this in the banquet hall. So the first step is to leave the hall. Oh, okay. Our first step is to remove everything from a bar and add what I want to add. Firstly, charge should be number 1. Verifier. A pale glow surrounds and outlines the subject. Outline creatures shed light as candles. Creatures outlined by Verifier take -20 on penalty on all stealth checks. And we have blur. 20% mischance. So I'm gonna put that here, and we have spell combat. It's activated. This is like 2 weapon combat. So you can both in the same turn cast a spell and attack at a -2 penalty. And we have arcane weapon enchantment, a +1. So we're gonna just place it here in E. And these are spells. We haven't learned anything. We can only get to memorize 2, and that's fine. I'm gonna go to and grab the magic shield and the shocking grasp for now. Let's look at our inventory. We start with a studded leather, and that's what I was talking about. You notice at the bottom it says 5 max dexterity. That means if I have a +5 here, what's that? That's a 20 here, +5. That means I get +5 to my armor, but it's gonna get redundant with the magus. And we have some scrolls too. We could do the same with scrolls, deliver them through our weapon, but that's 2nd level magus. And we have a rapier. Once d6 damage and a crit range of 18 to 20. And this you can wield with finesse. And finesse wielding is you use this instead of this, dexterity instead of strength, to determine how you attack. And we have a strength +3, so we have a +3 here. So a pretty balanced character, not min-maxed. Yes, we know that.
All according to plan.
Storms and bad weather greatly affect the game world, and you can see that actually. How fast you move and visibility and stuff.
Help! Help!
What's going on?
The mansion's under attack. We need to help.
Whoa. Some villains.
Broke in and
Oh.
started killing everyone. I barely made it. Hurry, we have to help the guards fight off the attackers, or we'll all be cut down one by one.
As if to lend credence to Lindy's word, a scream echoes from the hallway when she runs off. You're not going anywhere, says this assassin. And yeah, we can take that initiative rolls and stuff like that, and we have our combat here. We can take it up a bit so people can see. And there's two ways you could play this game. You could play it turn-based, like in real life, pen and paper, or you could play it with pause, tactical pause. I play for the most part tactical pause, because if you play it with turn-based, you're never gonna finish the game. But with boss battles and stuff, it's very good to have this one. But the first thing you do is you're just gonna attack him, I guess. 7 damage. Oh. You can interact with various objects. Of course you can. He had a dagger and chain shirt. And we're gonna grab the chain shirt, I think, because it gives more AC. Yeah, plus 1 more. 16. Nice. Didn't see his journal. Let's explore before we move on. He had some incense and a longbow, some gold. There's something here. A book. Curse of Ancient Oboria. Like law that fills out the world. Let's defend ourselves against these bandits. They got someone. We have to help. I'm not gonna read everything, but most of it. For example, this, I don't think I'm gonna read. You can just, it's not much. You can choose to charge. That will take us 2.4 seconds.
You're just in time. A bit longer and I'd have been... I don't even want to think about it. Can you imagine what a terrible loss this would have been? But it's all right now. I'm safe, sound, and unscathed, ready to lead you to victory.
This guy's gonna lead us to victory, huh?
Lady Jemima is holding the line in the banquet hall. You know, the one where she had us gathered before. We need to make our way to her. And along the way, we'll try to save some of these dummies who are supposed to accompany us to the stolen land. Speaking of dummies, take this ring, quiet now, so that little fool doesn't hear us. She might try to steal it herself. It's magical. It'll protect you. You'll need it while you work to defend me.
He gave us a magical ring. And he's with us. And it says in order to equip it, and it gives us 1 bonus to our armor class. I'm not gonna equip the ring because I never trust this fellow. I never did actually. But I seen, we could speak about it in another time. A bit later. In this. But he's a sorcerer, she's a bard, I guess. The Hero Chronicler. Yeah. And they have spells, not so many as for example Wizard or something, but they can cast this 2 times. I can only cast Shield 1 time. So they're like sorcerers, they can cast at will. You have a crossbow. And he has a little crossbow, and he's a sorcerer. Sorcerer with no equal. I wonder why his power was given to such self-satisfied people. When he has burning hands and sleep, and he can use both. He can use 5 times sleep if he wants, or 5 times burning hands, and this is his ancestry. Red dragon. He has some dragon blood in him, and that's why he could be a sorcerer. You have to have an ancestry. I think I'm gonna charge this guy. And yeah. Bum. Pew. He's not gone yet. Miss. Ooh. Oh, miss again. I wonder if Alt 6 was. Yeah, Z is good. Okay. Bound Z to everybody. Let's move. What does he say? I can't believe it could have been us. Well, their adventures have certainly come an end. Says Tartusio. You know, is everyone dead? Pathetic. They couldn't even defend themselves, but they thought they could conquer the Stolen Lands. There's some food here. Nice. They come into play. A lot of items come into play in the game systems. Some gold. We'll take that.
It's the end for you rats!
I need inspiration.
Oh, it's you. Stay up from under my feet or I'll strike you down.
The barbarian face is distorted with rage. She grinds her teeth and sweat drops from her forehead. Noticing Tatu, she swings her sword but just stops in time.
Blood for Gorum!
Gorum, also known as our Lord in Iron, is the god of battle above all other pursuits. So he's the a god of war.
Barbarians.
I think that's exactly how heroes should be.
What? Stupid, sweaty, and always looking for something to gobble up or lop the head off of? You saved me from such heroes.
He worships a god called the Unquenchable Fire. Is the goddess of lust and revenge who takes on many faces and guises. So nothing we're gonna vibe with. Take the health potion. There they are, the assassins, huh? This is your last chance. Drop your weapons and we'll spare your lives. So generous. I'm afraid I can't offer you the same courtesy. Hey, ugly mug, get them. What in hell's name is that? I have a frost giant. I think that was Cone of Cold spell. I'm not sure. Yep. Ooh, yeah. See, everything is here. Events, combat, dialogue, everything. It didn't spare anyone, huh? I'm sorry, guys. Skill checks, and that was a dexterity skill checks.
I know what to do. We will be victorious.
Ooh, critical hit, nice. So a critical hit is if you roll over 20 in the dice. It's the game uses a 20-sided dice like Dungeons & Dragons, and then you have to confirm if it's a critical, and if the result is also higher than the armor class, then it's gonna be a critical hit. If it's not, then it's gonna be a normal hit. An armory. Break the door to the armory and find some weapons. Let's see.
Applause, please.
We have a masterwork light mace. That's +1 to attack. That's nice. Composite longbow. What do we have here? Branded heavy. Yeah, no of us can use heavy armor or breastplate. It's a nice one. Breastplate. But I would use it in the future. And that's the watch keeper's key. Nice. Tower shield. No, thank you. What's that?
What have we here? This chest is full of gold. I guess it's for the guard's salaries, all things considered. Well, those freeloaders don't seem to have been working too hard for it. Maybe we should pocket it instead.
What? No, we're heroes, not thieves.
Who said we were stealing it? We'll just take the gold for safety so the assassins don't get it. And then we can heroically return it to Jamandi when this is all over.
And I'm gonna say no distractions. If you haven't forgotten, they're trying to kill us.
Finally, a voice.
Do what you want. I don't care. It was just a suggestion. But there's a lot of money in that chest, and with all these bandits running around, it wouldn't be any better if they stole it.
Nope. I'm a thief. Yeah, that little Tartusio fellow is gonna be a real nice addition to our group, I can tell. Yeah, encumbrance is also a real thing, but we'll take these things when they come up.
Oh, familiar faces. I hope you're not so frightened as to swing at every shadow. It's me, Jacob. I don't recommend advancing down the hallway, assuming you value your life, of course. There were a few people with me, and you can see what happened to them.
And just how did they all end up dead while you don't seem to have a scratch?
And he eyes her suspiciously.
I'll answer but briefly and just once. Further scares and explanations will wait until we aren't being hunted by a group of assassins. Deal? Alright. I'm undead. These traps are deadly to the living, but they're...
She is undead. She's...
What do you mean undead? Really? Like zombies or skeletons?
As I said, further explanations will wait until later. All you need to know right now is that we're on the same side, and we have to fight off a small army of hired assassins. Let's get to it.
Yeah, you have to roll a perception skill check. You can see the trap and then a trickery skill check. A trickery to disable it.
Look here.
And the game automatically pauses when you spot a trap. She disarmed the trap. Nice. And you can see the rolls, all the rolls you do. Ooh, she failed, but that's okay. She can try again. But if she fails spectacularly at it, it's gonna explode in our faces.
I see something. Anything else?
Chainmail. Nice. You can sell those. But our party is already at medium. That means the travel speed is reduced and the fatigue period is set as 13.3 hours. That's okay, but we don't want it to get over medium.
In due time.
You found scrolls? Thank you. What are you dallying for? I'm telling you, Jamandi's cache has to be here somewhere. We'll hurry up before someone's coming.
Then our leader charged forward.
A calculated risk.
Now we have 4. She's a inquisitor of a dark deity. Undead. I think it was called Urgathoa. There we go. Find and open the cache in Jamandi Aldoris. Okay. There's 4 statues here.
I will grant your request.
Let's look at the character. She's neutral evil, so she's not a nice lady. Jaethal is an elf from Keone, one who's not quite alive. The elves exiled her from their kingdom for her terrible deeds. Her search for a new home and a new patron has brought her to our leader's banner. She pays little heed to her companions, and when she does, she behaves as if she's ready to bite their heads off. She gives me the creeps. And she's an inquisitor? Yeah. An inquisitor has to have a deity, as you can see. Deity selection. And here is Urgathoa, the Pallid Princess. And Lady Despair is the goddess of physical excess, disease, and the undead. She is mostly worshipped by dark necromancers, the undead, and those wishing to become undead. Yeah. So all in all, not a nice person. I wanted to options, right? In the controls, I wanted my I wanted to do caps lock here. There we go. Save. A bit more brightness. Game is pretty dark. Better, much better. So let's figure out the puzzle to this.
State your design.
Focus on the goal.
You have my attention.
I am prepared.
I wrote it like I saw it.
Request.
Oh, we're gonna be here a while. They all raised or all top?
Speed.
Ready for anything? I know what to do.
Ask.
Something here is not making sense.
Time's not waiting.
State your design.
I am prepared.
Share your will.
I need to concentrate. Becoming distracted leads to becoming dismembered.
Oh my god.
Request.
I'm very bad at puzzles, my guys.
Escapes.
Always been. No idea why.
Speed.
So these are down. I guess they all have to go down or up.
You have my attention.
I know what to do.
State your design.
Time's not waiting.
See, there's something here that's not making sense.
Ready for anything.
Share your will.
This one raises this one only. And this one raises this. What if you raise this?
On the goal.
Take this down.
The undead is such a frivolous term. I prefer
prepared.
immortal, eternal.
Ah, come on.
Ask.
There we go. Masterwork and check on Wand of Magic Missiles. Can give that to Lindsay. And yeah, you cannot rotate the screen. The first game you can't. So that it's fixed, the camera angles are fixed.
You cannot stand against me.
I'm gonna see, this is not a clear path, so I can't charge him. But I can charge that guy. And I'm gonna go ahead and just attack, I guess.
Unworthy.
Yeah.
Serves you right.
Miss.
Everything is so much fun with a little fire. What a night, huh? I thought I was all alone. It's good you're here. It's boring, chasing fool assassins without anyone watching the show. It's not fun at all. Many people have died for nothing.
See, I'm gonna remove these. I forgot, but this is there are hidden checks in the dialog system. So she says, because I passed a check here, you sound like a Kelishite. Kelishite or Kelish is a big desert, like imagine like nomads and like Arabia, fantasy Arabia. The Kelish area is like that.
Of course. I'm from Kadira.
Padisha and Path Kelish.
Deserts and shady oasis can wait until the fighting's finished. But if you'd like to share a dinner and pleasant conversation, just say the word. I like making new friends.
There are assassins on the prowl, we have to go.
I don't know where you're headed, but I'll be at the entrance to the main hall. I think I saw some guards there. Join me there, if you wish.
This is my time. Oh, Grotus. More corpses on the floor here. It's not easy to wash out the blood, you know.
Grotus, I can sense your silhouette hovering over me. It won't be much longer. Soon we shall meet, O Lord of Oblivion.
Aren't you a bit premature? Look at yourself. You barely got a scratch diplomacy.
That's impossible.
We succeeded. Difficulty class. And our roll result was the same. Nice.
It seems I will live. I suppose I must postpone meeting my god. Not for long, I'm sure. But while we remain in this transient world, Arim is at your service.
Arim. What is Arim? Arim is a sacred fist. See, the mod changes these to more like appropriate, but without the mod he's just a cleric of a dark god actually. Yep. Chaotic neutral, and his god is, since his deity, he's a cleric of a kind, is Flail Grotus. Grotus is the god of the end times, and a sentient and a cruel moonlit that looks down upon the boneyard and waits for the last living soul to die. When Pharasma judges the last soul after the last living body dies on the material plane, Grotus will descend to the boneyard and move up to the material unit to clean up and pack the dust away for another reality. So he's like the end times thing. Lime and chaotic, good, neutral, chaotic, neutral, and chaotic evil. There is nothing. Yeah, spell conversion. He can convert his spells. For example, here he has bless, right? He can convert it to cure light wounds. Since he's not evil, he can choose if it's harm or bless. She's evil, she has the harm. Inflict light wounds. This is the opposite of healing. You can use it, but and if you right click, she will cast it as much as she wants, but she only has 2, so she can't. But some spells I think are only available to evil creatures. Hidden. Perception skill. We found a masterwork longsword and a gold ring, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and equip the masterwork longsword, since I don't have finesse, so this doesn't make any sense. I have a +3, so it's gonna be a +5, and all in all it's still a +3. What? Oh yeah, of course I'm not using weapon finesse, so it's, why is it a +3? Is it the masterwork? Oh, wait, what? Oh, there you go, a +4, nice. So when I roll to attack, I roll a 20-sided dice, and then I add those numbers +4 to it. And if it's higher than the defender's AC, I hit. If it's not, it's a miss. It's rather simple. When you get the gist of it. It took me a long time to learn all these rules.
You, run and get an axe. You, bring more water. You, stay here and hold our defense. Those assassins are still around here somewhere. Aha!
Oh, just give me a second, guys. Let me do it like that.
Some of our guests survived. Good. You need to get to the banquet hall and help Lady Jamandi.
Check everything. Everything's in order. Who are you?
Tested House Garess, a fighter in the service of Sword Lord Jamandi Aldori. Right now, I'm in charge of the mansion guards. As you can see, there's a lot to do.
If I were a rich and influential lady like Jamandi,
I'd also get myself a manly captain of the guard. Or two.
I'll go immediately.
Fire doesn't frighten me, thanks to hell's blood running in my veins. I'll go ahead and wait for you on the other side. Catch up!
The tiefling girl starts off and dashes through fire. See, Casey, right? And the tiefling, they was added in a expansion or an add-on. Another deity, the god of cities, law, merchants, and wealth, also called the god of walls and ditches. Go through the fire. See, this is another reason why I love this game so much. Illustrated book episode. Some game events play out as illustrated book episode. These decisions you make during these episodes can have a drastic impact on the development of the game's plot. And you need several checks. As we approach the burning building, she talks about how we started the much earlier adventure than we thought. We drenched ourselves with buckets of water, not gonna help. Tried to find a less dangerous passage. There's no time. Covered our noses and mouths before we rushed in. It was a good thing we haven't wasted any time. After entering the building and taking just a few steps forward, the wall behind us slanted and crashed down with a terrible crackling sound, blocking the way back. Well, we may not have planned on going back. If we come in a little later, the flaming logs and red-hot bricks would have fallen right on our heads. The hot air burned our lungs and our eyes watered down from smoke, but Inthalianty and Fowler led us stubbornly through the flames, while Tartusio did nothing useful at all. We made it to the hallway leading to the banquet hall when we heard someone calling for us. It was Valerie, one of the guards. They chatted with a bit in the banquet hall. Even then, in their calm setting, I'd been stunned by her beauty. But now, amid the smoke and flames, she looked like a celestial avenger, an armored deity, menacing but beautiful and merciful, descending from the highest spheres to help us poor mortals. There are two more, she shouted as she passed us. They are wounded. Help them out. And we could either choose to rush to save the guards, and that's gonna force us to do an athletics check, or diplomacy, and shouted to Valerie that she should leave them and join us to help Germain the Eldori. We're gonna rush to save them. We failed that. Ooh, saving the poor fellows was harder than it had seemed. We inhaled a lot of smoke and burned ourselves more than once before managing to pull them away from the fire. Thank you, that was truly noble of you, she said, and now let us rush to Lady Eldori's aid. So we failed that. That means this is our punishment for that. Fatigued character. We have a -2 on strength and dexterity, on everything, and on our attack. This game isn't as easy as one would think, but it's nice. There's a lot of rules, and I'm gonna explain it as best as I can when we go through. See, we're gonna do something else here. I'm gonna choose number 1. I'm gonna choose to go like this with my melee characters up front. Formation. Valerie is normally just a fighter, but she's a vindictive bastard in this. So maybe I'm thinking of just turning that off and just leaving them at the original, but she's just a fighter in there. There's a reason why she's just a fighter. Before we leave the area, let's see if any loot we missed. Drinking a potion is a move action, takes approximately 3 seconds, but I can still attack. Oh, look. Frostman's already on the way. Say your prayers, scum. Now it's us. Okay, let's bless this. And then dive into battle. Let's see. I can't charge because I'm gonna go for the assassin either with a shocking grasp. I can't charge because I'm fatigued, and we all are fatigued because we failed that save. We failed that roll. Know what she's doing. protection from good communal. That means I'm gonna miss every shot because I'm good. That means I get a -2 on top of the negative, and I'm down. Yeah. Ow. He could of course heal me mid-battle too. Nice. We did it. In your face, it jerks. Oh, nice. Assassin leader had some bombs, acid flash that he could throw.
No mistakes.
Oh, I missed. That means I still have it. I can this.
Work like that.
That's nice. See, he's it's still active in his hands. Let's speak with Jamandi. That's the start of our adventure. Crazy, huh?
For your valor and bravery. The enemy was strong, but you were stronger. And that means I made the right choice. Just as I thought, there were worthy leaders among you. I'm especially grateful to them for the courage and common sense they showed while defending the mansion. But this attack means we have even less time than I thought. Someone already knows of our plans and is acting against us. You'll begin your expedition immediately.
Lady Adori, please.
We have to remove this. I just keep forgetting.
What's more, I know who among us works for him.
After a dramatic pause.
You, show everyone the ring you're wearing. You think I wouldn't recognize Hiroveti's seal? That's why he wasn't killed. The bandits recognized him as one of their own by his ring.
And this is why I didn't take the ring first time, because I didn't trust him. And it was right. I was right not to trust him. And that's why I never took the ring. And I only played this 2 times, but the first time I had like, oh, I don't trust you, little gnome. It just, yeah. So if I had taken the ring on, I saw it on YouTube of a playthrough, then you had to defend that. What ring? What are you talking about? I have no connections to Pitax, but Tartushu's name, accent, and clothes seem like he came straight from there. Which of us looks like more like them might by a Reggie spy? Now Pitax, right? Long a haven of thieves and smugglers, Pitax is a hub for trade in the River Kingdoms. It aspires to be a center of culture and higher learning as well, but cannot escape its more unsavory origins. Pitax is like a... Actually, it's really appropriate to say it's a hive of villainy. It's one of the kingdoms of the city-states like Brevoy, and it's neighboring the Stolen Lands. And their king is... yeah, he's a rogue of the highest caliber.
Probably, yes. There's definitely a spy among us. But who? All I have is one word against another. I'm afraid you're both under suspicion.
They both came to your aid, Lady Jamandi. But a liar's cunning knows no bounds. I've never met these two or their companions.
That's false, but there's a reason for that she says that.
Inspiring spies. How could you say that? We fought together. We literally went through fire together. And then you vanished into thin air. After you promised my words might be rash.
I bet my life despise anyone but this man. I saw how he dealt with those creeps with my own eyes. A true warrior. I'd go with him through hell and high water. This purple crook on him. He's got the eyes of a spy. And the mug of a spy.
Lady Adori, don't listen to this thick-headed barbarian. She doesn't know what she's talking about. During the attack, our leader showed his true colors. He forced us to break into the armory and rob it.
Sometimes your characters have to make difficult decisions, relying on their conscience or lack thereof. Such decisions impact your character's alignment, gradually shifting your character toward good or evil, lawful or chaotic. Some dialogues feature special options that are only available to characters with certain alignments. And I'm gonna go with forgive me for my trespass. In my defense, we were in the middle of a battle and in dire need of weapons.
Considering the circumstances, that was more than reasonable.
You performed a lawful neutral action.
That was a sound decision. Sometimes one must act at one's own risk and peril, until crossing the boundaries of what is allowed. Showing initiative is no crime.
It is insane when faced with death
to stop and question whether you may be breaking some law or rule. Even more insane would be to ask forgiveness for making the right decision. Sorry, but your words display a lack of wisdom.
He didn't like my action.
What about that trick he pulled right before we came in here? He knew very well you were fighting the enemy, but instead of rushing to help you, he dallied as long as he could, dropping everything to save people from the fire.
Yeah, we helped her save, and it has an impact, and that's why I love this game. Sorry, I'm talking over him. People were dying in front of me. How could I just walk by, I would say, or I would go. This is why we need to remove these options, because it has to be like natural, our own choices. I wouldn't have saved him without good reason. Dead shoulders are useless, but the wounded could still help Keston defend the mansion. People were dying and right in front of me. How could I just walk by? Right? Like, most people are like that.
Really, Tartuccio? You're seriously trying to blame someone for saving people from a fire?
Oh, we succeeded at that. Ooh.
May Shellen spare me from ever having to make such a choice.
Another deity, Eternal Rose, the Eternal Maiden, and the Incorruptible, is the goddess of art, beauty, love, and music, and the half-sister of Zonquithorn. She's the god of ballads and stuff like that, and beauty and love too. Yeah, of course. Edgelord over there.
Enough squabbling. I'm still not sure which of you I can trust. However, the risk of entrusting the whole affair to a spy is too great. Here's what we'll do. 2 teams will head out. That way, I'll know at least one group can be counted on to serve my interests in the stolen lands.
Lady Aldori, most of those who were to settle for the stolen lands have been killed.
Hmm?
Those who yet live will require help. Please allow me to join the expedition.
I'm sad to lose such a talented warrior. But you're right, Valerie. They have greater need of you right now. Go, and may Abadar keep you. Which of the 2 teams would you prefer to accompany?
If my leader allows, I would join his team. He seems a worthy commander in my eyes.
Commanders.
Military leaders.
All these laws and rules are but dust and vanity. I suppose I will accompany Tartuccio.
Our leader is good in battle, but I don't like all the spiritual agonizing. I prefer those who can act without wasting time helping every little pipsqueak. Those like Tartuccio.
Ugh, Tartuccio's going to take the credit for himself and be done with it. Shellen, spare me from such allies. I'm going with you. You're a hero worthy of my quill.
As for me, I know neither of these 2. At least not well enough. And I have no wish to become an unwitting pawn to an unworthy leader. If Lady Jamandi allows, I'll remain in Restov and help mend the wounds this attack has inflicted. But who knows? The road may bring me to the stolen lands, but not yet.
I don't even need to think. I'm coming with this man. As for you, Purple Toad, just wait until we meet along the way. I'll be sure to hang your rotten spy guts from the trees.
Alright, we have 2 teams. To avoid unnecessary conflict on the road, you'll each take a different route to the stolen lands. Tartuccio's team will go through Navakta's crossing. The garrison commandant will provide him all the help he needs. You will take your team to Oleg Levitin's trading post. He's been complaining about the Stag Lord's bandits for a while now. There, you'll be provided with all the necessary travel supplies.
Camping supplies and a signed scroll of the Raised Dead.
I'd like to believe you, but I know all too well how convincing traitors and spies can be. If you're truly innocent, I hope you can forgive me this precaution.
Of course.
While you're away, Keston will investigate the night's events and learn who in Restov is working for Patox. But you should know that it isn't just Patox we need to worry about. The royal house of Sertova may also interfere in our plans. I've managed to keep this affair a secret from them so far, but that can't last long. By my estimations, you have no more than 3 months. After that, any feats you accomplish will be pointless. And now, farewell. This battle was but the first ordeal along your path, and you overcame it as true champions of Restall. May the obstacles that follow also fall to your feet. Fear nothing, my friends, and return victorious.
And that is the start of our adventure. Yeah, it started much earlier and much sadder than we thought, but
Surviving a terrible night, our small team set off to brave our fate. Beware, stolen lands.
heroes are on the way. I like these paintings, man. Or drawings. And this is the map movement. This is how we travel overland. And it advances time. As you can see here, we have time and the stolen land, right? This is the prologue, we're done with it. And this is our quest. And some of the quests in this game are timed. We have 90 days, 89 days to finish the first act. But it's more than enough time. They're very generous with time. We can speak about it when it's more prevalent, but it's more than enough. But there is a timer to it, or it's game over actually. Let's travel. It's 300 years old. There's someone in the red. Get ready. Ooh, some thylacines. Thylacines are actually a real life animal that is extinct. Mostly they say it's extinct, but some people still suspect there's still some alive. You could actually on YouTube go see the last thylacine in a cage. Filmed, I think it's the 1940s. Ah. Yeah, sad story about that. I have to take care of our world, guys. Missed again. Ooh, I'm gonna miss a lot at the start, but that's okay. It's high time we rest. Nothing came out of skinning them. It's a law nature, we failed, but that's okay also. Not gonna be good at everything, especially not at the start. And this is the resting option, or the mini game as I call it. You have to, if you want, of course, your choice is to like manage, so assign people to do different chores. Cooking, it's the knowledge, the world knowledge, it's dependent on the skill on that. Nature is hunting, camp camouflage stealth, and our watch order. But for now we're just gonna do special roles. Valerie can maintain armor, Lindsay can inspire competence, and Miri sharpens weapons. Let's do. And we can also choose to use rations if we want. The rest here will require a lot of time. But if we use rations, resting will take 9 hours. If we don't, the hunting is required for rest. The rest will take some time. So you don't have to use rations. Fatigue and spells are recovered at 9 hours time. But it will take some time. We can begin resting. Time past 12 hours.
They walked without fear, hoisted, and they walked, and they walked. When were they going to get anywhere already, huh?
Yeah, camp camouflage lowers the chance of you being attacked on a hearty meal. And that is our first rest. We have packed up and we are plus all on saving throws, like fortitude, reflex, and will. These are the saving throws we have, and spell combat is permanent. Let's continue our travels. And now we have crossed into the stolen lands, and we are at the outskirts. The southern Rustland Road, and this is Oleg's trading post. And we're gonna end the episode here, guys, and I'm streaming, so we're gonna take a 5-minute break, and I'll be right back.